which you'll hear about today. It's again the song of praise, which will also hear the alabado, the song of praise. So I think in order for, and as I mentioned, an important part of the sacred rite and ceremony of these new settlers that came was the alabado. No piece of music was more central to the daily life in California than the alabado. It was foremost among the old hymns. It was mentioned in almost every historic account of California and the Southwest. And during the Anza expedition, which you can learn about right there where I'm pointing at the National Historic Trail, every morning the colonists got up singing in their tents the alabado. It was sung by padres, soldiers, colonists, neophytes in the church, at home, in the field, and on the trail. In all the Hispano-American world, the alabado was part of daily life.
Fue cantada por los padres, los soldados, los colonos y los neófitos. En la iglesia, en la casa, en el campo, en el camino. En todo el mundo hispanoamericano, el alabado fue parte de la vida, fue el elemento recurrente más común, significando los puntos del día. Alabado y ensalzado sea el divino Salera de los cielos, que quedando virgen pura es madre del Verbo eterno, y el bendito San José, electo por Dios inmenso, de su Hijo el divino Verbo. Esto es por todos los siglos. Jesús, María y José.
After the singing of the alabado, the most important part of the official ceremony of the founding of the Castillo.
Libertad, libertad sacrosanta, pues por siempre mi lumen serás. Me veres perecer en tus arras, mas vivir en prisiones jamás. Libertad, libertad sacrosanta, pues por siempre mi lumen será. Me veres perecer en tus arras, mas vivir en prisiones jamás. Mi lumen será. Me veres perecer en tus arras, mas vivir en prisiones jamás.
Yeah. Oh. There you go.
I hereby take possession of this land in the name of His Most Catholic Majesty, Carlos III, by the grace of God, King of Castile and Leon.
Libertad, libertad, sacrosanta, pues por siempre mi lumen será. Me veres perecer en tus arras, mas vivir en tu
I got quesadillas too, so I gotta go get them.
You have this with our guest estimates from the record. And how the family was founded. November 1777. It was not until this moment happened. And when it did, the Pueblo was founded in Guadalupe.
Thank you so much for coming out for our celebration. We are so honored to have you all here, and that includes all of our esteemed guests and our wonderful musicians and dancers. We're going to have dancing coming up. See the lovely costumes. And we also want to thank all of our exhibitors. I hope you get around. There's about 12 different tables around. We have tours of the Fallon House, and the Adobe is open, so be sure you get to go inside and see the Adobe. Sam Licarrdo, our mayor, our beloved mayor of San Jose, is also another sponsor of this event. And of course, we want to thank the San Pedro Market for helping us with setup, and they will be providing the birthday cake, which will be coming up soon, so stick around for that. So we are at History San Jose are so honored and proud to be the caretakers of the Adobe. And so we care for the Adobe as part of the permanent collection. And we also have school children that come and visit the Adobe. About 10,000 a year come here and go through the Adobe and go through a lot of the same crafts and activities and learn about this history that we're all celebrating today. So,
in a community that you love so much. And 240 years, it's quite remarkable, especially when you think about the fact that this was the first Pueblo. It was really the first inkling of the state of California, or would eventually become the state of California. And now, 240 years later, to see the community we have be the capital of Silicon Valley, to see people that come from all over the world to join together in peace, to join together in innovation, and to join together in celebration, and to be back at a place where there's so much history, not just physical history, but to be in San Jose, where although so much has changed, it's great to know that we do have a very loving, very warm community in honor of our birthday. And so 240, I don't think we've looked any better, right? Councilor Rocha is one of the sponsors and others, to just say thank you to all of you, because the city is not us, the city is you. It's the people, the families that make up the city that give it its wonder, that give it its incredible cultural diversity, that give it its incredible depth. And for that, I'm truly grateful. History San Jose, and I'm very honored to be able to hand it over to Alida Bray, who has done more than probably anyone I know to celebrate San Jose over so many years, has taught me a lot about San Jose, and really someone that we owe a lot of credit for, not just today's celebration, but our continual recognition of what an amazing place we live in. So thank you, Alida.
Thank you.
From District 2, Cindy Chavez, right here.
Doesn't he have a wonderful voice? Thank him for being here. Give him a big round of applause. So first of all, I want to thank each and every one of you who are volunteers to preserve and protect the history of San Jose. And how many of you volunteer to do that or get paid in one way or another to protect our history? Raise your hands just for a minute. Let's give them all a big round of applause. We cannot thank you enough for your contribution. So I was struck by getting a chance to go through the Adobe. I was born in New Mexico, and I was brought here when I was really small, and my mother grew up in a house just like this. And so every summer, our family gets together and we re-mud the Adobe to protect it. And I have learned a lot about poisonous animals doing that. We don't have them here, thankfully. But the reason I raise that is it made me remember that every year that my family gets together to do that, the people who help are different ages. We go from people who were 2 and 3 when my son started helping, to our oldest relative and people who've passed on. And we get a chance every year to celebrate and tell their stories. And that's really what we're doing today for San Jose. So I want to tell one story about San Jose, and I was thinking about this just looking at the Adobe. If you look, turn around and look at the Adobe, and in the background what you see are 2 enormous towers. And I was imagining when those folks were building their bed and building their chairs, that they never would have imagined a 14-story building. And then when we had American Indians and Mexicanos and people from Spain, they never would have imagined that Silicon Valley would have become one of the first places in the world to be a majority of no single ethnicity or culture. And my great hope is that they would have been proud. So let me invite up Alida, Bray, and welcome. We're so excited to see the mayor here. Alida, and I wanted to just give this commendation to Alida, and it really celebrates History San Jose. Because without Alida, without History San Jose, without all of you who donate and volunteer, there would be no one to make this celebration happen year after year, and to remind us where we came from, because where we come from is so important to who we're going to become as a community.
It's my great honor to be here. I'm joined by Councilmember Raul Peralez, my colleague who happens to represent our downtown. Has done an incredible job here in downtown San Jose. And I am honored to be here to celebrate our 240th birthday, which I think officially happens on November 29th. And I really want to thank History San Jose, Alida Bray, and her team of merry but devoted staff and volunteers that make this very important celebration happen. But so many celebrations throughout the year.
Yeah.
So dip straight in, come straight back out. There you go, just like that.